Recording.
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, all of you. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now let us start with the lecture. Just tell me whether the screen is visible to you. Yes, the screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So let us start with the first lecture in this second semester. I will welcome you all for the second semester of your third year CSC. Let me introduce myself. I am Mrs. P.A. Satarkar. I have completed my graduation, that is B in computer from Pune University in 2006. Then I have purchased that, then I have completed this MTech in computer science in Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Hyderabad. And then currently I am pursuing the PhD from Swami Ramananda Tirth Marathwada University in the optical wireless communication. I am having total 6 months of experience in industry. I was working in Pune in Suzlon Energy Limited for 6 months. And then I shifted to teaching side. And currently I am having total 14 plus years of experience in the same institute. I have joined this institute in 2007. And now I have total 14 years of experience in the same college. The various subjects that I have taught are computer graphics, digital techniques. I request all the participants to check your mic, whether it is on or off. So make sure that your mic should be muted. The subjects that I have taught are computer graphics, digital techniques for second year, advanced C concepts, theory of computation, compiler construction, and object-oriented design and programming. So these are subjects that I have taught for the UG level, and for PG, that is for ME, I'm taking theory of computation, natural language processing, IM, that is industrial management, and business intelligence. So these are the subjects that I have taught for post-graduation. So that is about brief about myself. Currently, I am working in the area of optical wireless communication for my PhD. So before we start with actual syllabus, let us have a look at our vision and mission of the department and institute. So all of you know that vision of the institute and department. So just you can read. The vision of the institute is to be nationally recognized among the best institutes in India for excellence in technical education. So that is the vision of the institute. And in the department, we have the vision which is in line to our institute. So the similar kind of vision our department is also having, but in the field of computer science and engineering. So the departmental vision is to be nationally recognized for excellence in education, augmented by research in the field of computer science and engineering. So that is the vision of the department. To achieve this vision, we are having the mission here. So the mission of the institute is to impart value-added technical education through ambience of academic excellence, research, and life skills by inculcating personal touch and respect in the relationship amongst the stakeholders. So along with the academic excellence, we are focusing on the personal touch and respect in the relationship among the stakeholders. So the various stakeholders of the institute are the students, the parents, the teacher, alumni. So these are the various stakeholders. So along with technical education, we are focusing on the value-added education, the different life skills like lifelong learning, the values in life that also focused. So department is also having the similar kind of mission, that is to impart value-added technical and applied research-oriented education by inculcating life skills oriented to industries with emphasis on human values. So from the next year onwards, we are having the subject of human values in our curriculum. So that is the need of the time now, that we should have focus on the human values, and that's why our mission is in that way. The university has also added the UHV course, that is the Universal Human Values course in the first year syllabus. So we are taking care of all those things along with the academic excellence of the students. Then comes the program educational objectives. So can anyone tell me what is PEOs or program educational objectives? I don't want these statements as an answer. I want what you have understood, because you are listening these lectures for every subject, every semester, right? Yes, students. So you are listening all these things in every semester, in every subject lectures. So can you tell me what you have understood till now? What are the program educational objectives? Yes, any one of you? Okay, so let me tell you what are the program educational objectives. So these are the long-term goals that we want our student to be after graduation. So after graduation, that is after completion of these 4 years of your graduation, what are the skills or what our students should look, or what they should gain after 4 years? That are the 4 statements, that is what the program will give after 4 years. So these are the program educational objectives. So the students should apply the computer science domain specific knowledge and skills in the growing software and related industries. So we have set our program educational objective to apply the domain specific knowledge in software industries. So that is the first PEO. That is the very basic thing. That is, being a software engineer, you should be able to apply your knowledge gained in these 4 years in the industry. So that is the first PEO. The second PEO is, along with the technical knowledge, the student should demonstrate leadership, professional ethics, project management, and finance related things as a employee or employer. So you can be working under the or you can be working in a multinational company, so that can be as an employee, or you can start up your own business, that as employer you can show these qualities: leadership, professional ethics, then project management and finance related skills. So that is our second PO. The third PO is our learning activity should not be ended. So this is, you should engage yourself in lifelong learning. You should always have the learning mode on. So you should always be in learning mode always to have the professional advancement, so that you can solve the societal problems. So that is your third objective. And the fourth objective is, you should be demonstrating the strong communication skills and ability to function effectively as an individual and part of a team. So being a single individual or even in a part of a team, you should communicate effectively and function effectively. So these are the 4 program educational objectives set for CSC department. Then comes program outcomes. So these are the 12 statements that you can observe while graduating. So these are the 12 statements that you are going to get in these 4 years. And PEOs that we have seen, 4 statements after graduation, what you are supposed to achieve. So these are the differences between PEOs and POs. So POs are the short statements or the qualities that you will be gaining within the 4 years. So first is, the student graduating will demonstrate, first is engineering knowledge. So he or she should demonstrate the engineering knowledge, which is basic mathematics and science and technology related knowledge. Then problem analysis. So you should be able to solve the problems, that is, identify first, then formulate, then you can go for the analyzing the complex problems and solve those things. Next is design development of solutions. So you should be able to design or develop the solutions for the complex engineering problems. Then you should carry out the investigation of complex problems. So that is nothing but the research based knowledge you should use and solve the complex engineering problems. Then fifth is modern tool usage. So while solving those problems, you should be able to use modern tools. Like all of us are knowing that every 6 months the technology is going to change. And that's why you should be able to cope up with the upcoming technologies, and that is the modern tool usage. So every now and then you should be upgrading yourself for the new tool available. So that is your fifth PO. Sixth is the engineer and the society. So we should have or we should care for the society while solving the problems. Like you should assess the societal health, safety related issues, legal and cultural issues while performing your professional activity. Then the seventh PO is, you should be caring about the environment and sustainability while developing any product. So you should be looking into whether the environment is getting affected with your solution to the complex problem or not. So these are the environmental and sustainability point you should remember. Then ethics. So apply ethical principle and commit to professional ethics and responsibilities. in the and norms of the engineering practices. Then the ninth is individual and teamwork. So you should be able to work effectively as an individual or as a part of team. So you should be able to work in multidisciplinary teams also. Then next is the communication. Okay, sorry for the disturbance. Okay, so here the 10th PO is communication. So you should communicate effectively so that you can solve the complex engineering problems in a team. And that's why the communication is important. Next is project management and finance. So while solving any problem, you should be able to manage the project, maybe in time domain or maybe in cost domain. That is the financial aspect also you should look into while giving the or while proposing the solution to the problem. And you should be engaged into lifelong learning. That is your 12th PO. So you should recognize the need and have the preparation and ability to engage in independent and lifelong learning activity in the technological changing environment. So these are the 12 POs. Next is, along with POs, our program is having PSOs. So that is program specific outcomes. So our computer engineering CSE program, computer science and engineering program, is having these 3 PSOs. First is to understand and design computer system using knowledge of digital techniques, microprocessor, and computer organization and other subjects like ACA, operating system, system programming, compiler construction, and application softwares. So you should be able to understand the computer system and you should be able to design computer system with the knowledge of these basic subjects. Then second is you should interpret and analyze and design the software system.
Surrounding the earth.
Roll number B48,
Layer of the
Prasad.
the earth. Layer.
Okay. So interpret, analyze, and design software system programming knowledge using algorithmic skills, web technology, big data analytics, networking fundamentals, machine learning, and IoT. So you should be able to interpret and analyze and also design the software system programming knowledge by using the upcoming technologies as well. And third is adopt application in emerging fields of CSE. So you should be changing. Earlier C was there. After that, or even before CVB and all those language, B language was there. Now those COBOL language, VB, now they are not existing. The technology is changing every now and then, and you should adopt those changes in this emerging field of CSE. So these are the PSOs, right? So now you are aware about the program educational objectives, that is PEOs, POs, that is program outcomes, and PSOs, that is program specific outcomes. Okay. So these statements should be there. These statements should be there in your notebook if we are going to start offline, right? So all of you are aware that we are going to start in offline mode very soon. So all these things, POs, PSOs, that should be there in the notebook of every student. Okay, so let us start with our subject now. Check your mics. Students, roll number B7, Tanvi.
Didi.
Okay, so now we are going to start with the subject. So the compiler construction is having the code CS321 according to the university syllabus. So CS321 is the code for the compiler construction according to the changed syllabus. That is, the syllabus is changed in 2020-21. All the students are requested to check your mics. A48 Yogita, TYA division, 48 roll number. Okay, so here the compiler construction, this change in the syllabus is in 2021. So this change syllabus, we are going to see what are the teaching schemes and examination schemes. So teaching scheme, in that we are having the 4 lectures per week for this subject and 2 hours practical per week. So this is how we are going to complete the syllabus. And examination scheme, so in examination scheme, you are having 70 marks theory paper, 30 marks ISC, and 25 marks internal continuous assessment, that is term work marks, right? So for term work marks, if offline mode will be there, then we are going to consider the other activities like assignment and all. If online mode is there, then we are going to have the MCQ tests and other things like journal completion, attendance in theory and practical. So internal continuous assessment, 25 marks will be divided accordingly. Then you are knowing that ISC in online mode, you are having 2 ISCs in semester, and we are going to take the average of the 2 ISC marks. Then the theory marks of theory question paper of 70 marks is there for compiler construction. So let us have the look for of the syllabus. So section 1 is having 4 units. So I must say that compiler construction is very lengthy subject in your syllabus. So especially the 3rd chapter, where you are going to design the parser, or we are going to study the parser. So this particular unit is very lengthy, chapter number 3. It almost takes 1 month to complete this single unit, unit number 3. Okay, so this is a very lengthy syllabus having 8 units in the syllabus. Section 1 has 4 units. In that, first unit is about the introduction to compiling. In that, the introduction, the phases of the compiler, and the compiler construction tools. So these are only 3 bits of the chapter number 1. Second is chapter number 2, the lexical analysis. That is the first phase of the compilation process. It is dealing with the role of lexical analyzer, the input buffering, the specification and recognition of tokens, finite automata implications, and designing a lexical analyzer generator. So these are the subpoints of unit number 2. The next is unit number 3, syntax analysis. So unit number 2 is the scanning of the input file, where unit number 3 is parsing of the input file. So once the tokens are generated, we are going to generate the parse tree by using the grammar, maybe grammar, or maybe using the earlier finite automata. So these are the Okay, so regarding the syllabus, we were talking about chapter number 3. So syntax analysis, where the role of the parser, then how to write the grammar for CF languages, that is context environments. Then top-down parsing. In that top-down parsing, the sub points are again recursive descent and predictive parsers. The bottom-up parsing is the second concept or the second type of parser, in which we are going to learn operator precedence parsing, LR, SLR, and LLR parser. So these are the parsers, how to design those parsers that we are going to learn. So every parsing algorithm is different. So we are going to learn 5 algorithms, 5 algorithms in the parsing process. Then in the unit 4, we are going to, once the tree is generated, once the parser is generated in the chapter number 3, the chapter number 4 is about the evaluation of the tree. So bottom-up evaluation or top-down evaluation is taken place using L-attributed or S-attributed definitions. So that is about section number 1, which deals with 3 phases of the compilation. And remaining 3 phases are taken care in section number 2, where unit 5 is runtime environment. It deals with the symbol table management, how the symbol table is getting generated and how it is managed by every phase of the compiler. So that is about runtime environment. Then the 6th chapter is intermediate code generation, or it is also called as IC. So it deals with the code which is generated with, which will be easier for a machine to understand. So the intermediate code, so we are writing the program in high level language and then it is converted into low level language with the help of compiler. So between high level and low level language, one more language is introduced, that is intermediate language or intermediate code, which is neither dependent upon the source language nor dependent upon the target language. So it is independent, where we can have the change in the front end and back end if once the IC is generated. So that is the achievement, or that is the importance of the IC. Then we are having the final code generation, that is target code in low level language is generated in unit number 7. And there we are going to see the different issues in the design of code generator and the different flow of the information, how it is carried out. And unit number 8 is very important. It deals with the optimization. So where code is getting optimized with different techniques without changing the meaning of the code, obviously, because ultimately we should be able to get the desired output. If we are changing the size or we are going to optimize it with the, by changing the meaning of the program, it should not happen. And that's why the code optimization techniques are used, but they should be in a way, in such a way that we should not change the meaning of the program, right? So these are the 8 units of the syllabus. Okay, so actual syllabus we will be starting in the next lecture. Today actually I'm getting some other work from the department, so we will stop here for today, and in the next lecture onwards we will be dealing with the actual syllabus, right? So thank you. You can exit now. The next lecture we will be starting with the actual syllabus. Thank you. Okay, one more thing, there is no need to write the attendance in the chat box because the sheet is available in the Excel format with Zoom IDs and your roll numbers. So no need to post every time the attendance in the chat box, right? So I can get the login and logout times from the Zoom link itself. Okay, so thank you. I will quit now.